สวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะทุกๆคนนะคะวันนี้ Friday Talk นะคะวันนี้พี่นีน่าก็ติดธุระนิดหน่อยนะคะเราก็วันนี้มี Special นะคะ Special พิธีกรร่วมกับเรานะคะก็คือพี่หญิงนะคะเดี๋ยวพี่หญิงจะขึ้นมาพูดคุยกับพวกเราด้วยนะคะสวัสดีค่ะพี่หญิงสวัสดีค่ะ
นานเล
ไม่
ย
ได้เจ
Friday
อกัน
Talk
ไม่ได้เจอกันนานเลยอะคะ
นะคะ
ก็
วันนี้รับหน้าที่พิเศษมาเชิญพี่นีน่านะคะมา
ค่ะ
แทนพี่นีน่า
นะคะอะฮะแต่ต่อไปเดี๋ยวเราก็จะมีวนกันนะคะวนกันก็จะมีพี่หญิงพี่นีน่านะคะพี่ตี้นะคะแล้วก็แองจี้นะคะก็จะมาร่วมคุยกันพูดคุยกันเรื่องเกี่ยวกับงานนะคะเรื่องเกี่ยวกับสเต็ปถัดไปที่พวกเราจะพูดถึง process ต่างๆนะคะแล้ววันนี้เราก็มี special guest ด้วยนะคะสำหรับงานใหม่ซึ่งกำลังจะเข้ามานะคะแล้วเราก็งานใหม่ตัวเนี้ยอยู่ที่ไหนนะคะพี่หญิงอยู่ใกล้ๆบ้านพี่หญิงนะ
ใช่ค่ะอยู่ที่ South Carolina นะคะเมืองชื่อว่าเมืองอะไรนะคะ Spartanburg นะคะก็อยู่ไม่ไกลจากพี่เท่าไหร่นะประมาณ4ชั่วโมงนะคะแต่ว่าอยู่ใกล้บ้านพี่เกดมากกว่านะ
ใช่ๆๆอยู่ใกล้บ้านพี่อยู่ที่อยู่ใกล้พี่สามารถไปถึงนู่นน่าจะขับรถประมาณเกือบ2ชั่วโมงนะคะ
แต่ว่าอยู่ตรงนี้หญิงก็ขับรถ
ดี
ไปได้ค่ะเพราะว่า Identify ถึง South Carolina นี่เป็นรัฐที่ติดกันเพราะหญิงจะอยู่ตรงจอร์เจียตอนบนแล้วใกล้ South Carolina มากนะคะก็จะขับรถไปสบายมากก็เป็นเมืองที่ใกล้ทะเลนะคะอากาศก็ใกล้เคียงเมืองไทยเหมือนกัน
แล้ววันนี้เราก็จะอยากจะมาแนะนำให้รู้จักนะคะรู้จักfounder หรือว่าเจ้าของพาร์ตเนอร์นะคะเจ้าของงานที่เราเริ่มจะทำงานด้วยนะคะกับทาง Sappy นะคะ Sappy นี่เป็นงานที่คล้ายๆกับอะไรเนี่ยคล้ายๆกับแมคโดนัลด์กับ Chick-fil-A ปนกัน ได้ไหมจะบอกว่าปนกันได้ไหม
เป็นฟาสต์ฟู้ดที่คล้ายๆกับรีสอร์ทแต่ว่าจะเป็นไก่นะคะจะเป็น Chicken Finger เป็นไก่ทอดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็จะมีสลัดด้วยแล้วมีพวก Chicken Wing นะคะอาหารร้านเนี้ยส่วนมากจะอยู่ทางเซาท์เยอะมากทางบ้านหญิงเยอะนะคะลูกๆก็ชอบไปกินนะคะแล้วหญิงชอบสลัดที่มีให้เลือกหลายอย่างเหมือนกันนะคะอันนี้
ก็คนที่วันนี้เราเชิญมาคนพิเศษจริงๆนะคะ Special จริงๆนะคะก็จะเป็นเจ้าของบริษัทเลยนะคะแล้วก็จะเป็นพาร์ตเนอร์ของเรานะคะที่จะทำงานร่วมกันนะคะในอนาคตนะคะก็ยังไงเดี๋ยวขอเชิญคุณมิเชลนะคะมิเชลมาคุยกับเราวันนี้นะคะ Hello Michelle how are you
Hello, Kate, Ying. How are y'all doing? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Yeah, I mean, I would like you to introduce yourself about like what you are doing now, and please tell me something about your family. That the people will know about you more.
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Mitchell Saum. I live in South Carolina. I am 29 years old. I have been working in the EB3 space for the past 8 years. So pretty much my entire career has been working in immigration, specifically in the EB3 category. And it's been just a wild ride to, experience all of this and help all these people go through these various immigration processes. But a little background on me. I went to Wofford College. I studied Chinese at Wofford, and I spent some time in China. I didn't know anything about immigration when I graduated, but I stumbled into a job opportunity where I learned very quickly about the demand for green cards and started working in the EB3 space. And so, over the past 7 years, I helped thousands of people go through the EB3 process. And I gained a lot of experience over the years, kind of learning the ins and outs of how the EB3 program works. And a little bit more about kind of me personally. I am married to my beautiful wife. Her name is Emily. Emily is Japanese. And so, we go back and forth from here in Japan.
Wow.
And then I have two young daughters, Quinn and Ren, two little girls that keep me very, very busy. So yeah, between work and, my personal life, I stay very busy, talking to lots of people about EB3, and then, going home and taking care of my kids and getting them to sleep.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, your wife is Japanese. So, it's mean like the culture of the Asian a lot too, right?
Yes, I've always been very interested in the Asian culture since I was a young kid. And then that kind of segued into me going to college, me deciding to study Chinese. I guess, yeah, I like Asian women.
Yeah. So I heard that you went to Thailand.
I did. I went to Thailand in 2015. I went to Chiang Mai and Phuket. I was there for like 3 weeks. I really loved Thailand. Everyone in Thailand is so hospitable and generous. So yeah, I hope to go back to Thailand. I was talking to my wife, and we, she's never been to Thailand, so I think we will make a trip there soon.
Yeah.
And you love Thai food too, right?
I love Thai food. Yep. Kate took me to a very good Thai restaurant one time in New York, and there's some good Thai restaurants here where I live in South Carolina as well. So yeah, I love Thai food, definitely.
Yeah.
And how you get on this business, helping people to have opportunity to the US?
Yeah, it was really, by chance. Like I had mentioned, I didn't know anything about immigration. And frankly, most Americans that are like not from an immigrant family or like a direct immigrant family, like most of us just don't know anything about immigration. We're very ignorant to the processes behind legally coming to the United States. And so a friend of mine that I met in college had kind of introduced me to this job opportunity where, we both didn't know anything about it. And, we quickly got in pretty deep into the EB3 process. And so, in the beginning, there was a lot of unknowns. That was around like 2017, 2018. We were learning a lot. And then, by 2023, we had helped thousands of people go through the process. We worked with lots of different companies in the United States to help them also go through the process. And yeah, it was really by chance that I ended up here. But it's an industry that I love because I love like international culture. And I love, engaging with people from other places and different backgrounds. And so it was a really great opportunity for me. And then like, obviously, making the decision to immigrate is very personal, and it's a very big decision. And so I really enjoy working with different clients and helping them through this very monumental decision that they're making in their lives, to relocate themselves and their families here to the United States.
So how many years of your experience from helping people find a job? How many years you have this experience?
Yeah, I've been doing this for about 8 years now.
Oh, that is a lot. So you have a lot of customer, a lot of people that go through the process with you.
Yes, lots of clients from lots of different countries, pretty much every continent. I have touched Africa, South America, Europe, lots of countries in Asia. And so, yeah, helped a lot of people over the years and met a lot of really diverse, interesting people. Everyone has like their own stories. Some people are doing this, some young people are doing this that are single. And then I had a client previously that was 80 years old, and she was a lady from Italy. And, a lot of times I'll get the question, is there like a maximum age limit for the EB3 process? Which there is no maximum age limit. And the person just has to be willing to go and work for their sponsor. And so you can be 80 years old and go work. And so this person, you know, her daughter was here in the United States, and she went through the EB3 process at 80 years old. So, like I said, I've seen a lot of different people go through this, just different countries, different ages, different family circumstances. So it's been an amazing experience to be able to meet, you know, all these different people.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing. 80 years old can working, you know, but be healthy, right? Everyone can healthy can working.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as you're healthy, as long as you're, you know, because some of these jobs, frankly, are harder because they are entry level, unskilled labor. So typically you're standing on your feet, you're moving around, sometimes you're having to carry things, depending on the type of job that you're doing. It can be more or less physical, but I would say for the EB3 unskilled category, most of the jobs are in fact somewhat physical.
That we understand the employer that we work with now. That's SACB, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me about the SACB, where the location and how they pay?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the location, you know, and the job responsibility, what the people have to do there.
Totally.
The benefit they give to the employer.
Yeah. So Zaxby's is a major fast food franchise in the United States. They do fried chicken. So it's they don't have any beef products or any pork products in their restaurants. They do have like some seafood. I noticed they have shrimp on their menu now. So it's mostly chicken, like fried chicken. They also grill chicken, but it's a big, you know, nationwide franchise. It is mostly in the Southeast. And so the franchise that I am working with now is located here in South Carolina, where I live. Yesterday, I actually went to the sponsor. So this video here I took yesterday. And I'm just kind of walking you through the facility. So inside here is the dining area that you're seeing. And this is where customers will come in, place their orders at the cash register, and they will come sit down and they'll eat here. And then there's a little station over there to the left where you can get drinks. There's bathrooms back here on the right side. And then you can see here, this is the cash register. So people are coming in. They're very busy at lunchtime. Lots of people coming in for lunch, and then coming back in here in the kitchen. You can see here's the drive-through where cars are coming in. The drive-through is very, very busy. And then here's the kitchen where they're preparing the food. So that person is just preparing, and then you have a guy back there on the fryer who's making French fries or making chicken. And then here's the cash register here where they're, you know, taking orders. They're on the point of sale system, plugging in like the orders. And so generally that's a very quick kind of video of what the facility looks like. This particular franchise has multiple locations. The franchise is located in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but they do have different locations in Spartanburg and surrounding cities near Spartanburg. And so this franchise has multiple locations. Spartanburg, Greenville is in the upstate of South Carolina. Here's a good map of it here. I also live very close by to this company. So it's about 30 minutes away from my home. And so I'm very local and familiar with this area. In fact, I went to college in Spartanburg. So I lived in Spartanburg for 4 years, very familiar with the area. And part of our service is to help our clients get settled. And so being local and kind of having a good understanding of this area is very beneficial for our clients, just because we have connections with apartment buildings and car dealerships, and we know what schools are very good in the area. Spartanburg is a very fast-growing city. It's not a very big city. I would say it's small to mid-sized, but Greenville, this is actually a picture of Greenville here with the waterfall. Greenville is like the bigger city that's next to Spartanburg, but Spartanburg is very quickly becoming a lot like Greenville. It's growing a lot. It's a
Yeah.
very good place to buy real estate these days. And so this area of upstate South Carolina is growing very quickly. It's a very nice place to live, to raise a family. There's pretty good schools in this area. And so I think that it's a wonderful place to come.
Yeah.
I would say the weather, this is Hilton Head, South Carolina. So this is kind of the coast of South Carolina, which is about 3 hours from Spartanburg. But the beach is really not too far away. It's nice. I would say that in the summer it's hot, but we have all 4 seasons here in the upstate of South Carolina. So in the fall, it's very nice. Winter can get pretty cold, but then the springtime is absolutely beautiful right now. All the flowers are coming out. It's a very nice time here. And then, like I said, the summertime is hot. So a lot of people from Thailand, coming over here. This may be a little bit different because it does get maybe a little colder here than in Thailand. But generally, it's a very nice place. It's not too cold. Maybe we get snow like 1 or 2 times per year. So not too cold, but and then we do have a pretty moderate summer as well. So it'll get pretty hot, but it's not as hot as Florida necessarily. So yeah, very nice place.
Yeah. Let me translate in Thai a little bit. Yeah. So ตรงนี้นะคะเป็นเมืองที่ทางงานจะมีที่นี่นะคะที่ South Carolina นะคะอากาศของที่นี่อย่างที่พี่หญิงก็อยู่แถวๆนี้นะคะพี่ก็อยู่แถวๆนี้นะคะอากาศที่นี่ดีมากนะคะอากาศจะแบบว่าเย็นนิดๆเนาะหญิงเนาะเย็นนิดๆแต่ว่าก็ไม่ถึงขนาดหนาวมากนะคะ
ใช่ค่ะไม่หนาวมากแล้วก็ไม่ของแถวบ้านหญิงจะไม่มีหิมะแต่ถ้าจะมีอาจจะแบบว่า
นิดเดียว
เย็นๆอากาศดีมากอากาศดีใกล้เคียงเมืองไทย
ปีนี้หิมะตกมาก็แค่แบบปล่อยๆนะคะปล่อยๆแบบกำลังสวยๆนะคะแล้วก็อากาศนี่อย่างที่มิเชลแจ้งก็คือเวลาหน้าร้อนก็จะร้อนนะคะร้อนแต่ร้อนไม่เหมือนกับไม่อบอ้าวเหมือนเมืองไทยมากนะคะแต่ก็อากาศก็จะร้อนนะคะแต่เวลาหน้าหนาวของที่นี่ก็จะไม่ถึงขนาดทางเหนือเหมือนกับนิวยอร์กซิตี้ที่แบบหนาวมากที่นี่จะหนาวนิดเดียวหนาวแค่ใส่เสื้อแจ็คเก็ตสวยๆ ออกไปเดินข้างนอกกันได้นะคะแล้วก็เมืองเนี้ยเป็นเมืองที่กำลังโตขึ้นแล้วก็ทางมิเชลแจ้งว่ามันเป็นเมืองที่โลคอลนะคะดังนั้นเนี่ยทางพวกเราเนี่ยก็จะดูแลเรื่องเกี่ยวกับการหาที่อยู่ให้ได้ด้วยนะคะการหาที่อยู่เรื่องเกี่ยวกับการเช่ารถไม่ใช่การเช่ารถการซื้อรถมือสองต่างๆนะคะเพราะว่าเป็นเมืองโลคอลที่พวกเราอยู่ตรงนี้กันอยู่แล้วดังนั้นเรื่องคอนเนคชั่นต่างๆเนี่ยพวกเราพอทราบแล้วก็จะติดต่อให้ถ้าสมมติว่าพวกเราเข้ามาอยู่ที่นี่ที่งานนี้กันในอนาคตนะคะพี่หญิงมีเสริมอะไรเกี่ยวกับโลเคชั่นที่นี่บ้างไหมคะ
หญิงชอบทางเซาท์นะคะเพราะหญิงอยู่ที่นี่และหญิงคิดว่าอากาศตรงเซาท์เนี่ยเราสามารถทำแอคทิวิตี้ได้เยอะมากนะคะถ้ามีครอบครัวก็พาลูกนะคะไปทะเลไปทำแอคทิวิตี้ไปเดินมันจะมีเดินป่าด้วยนะแล้วก็ไฮกิ้งอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็เล่นกีฬานะคะทำกิจกรรมได้เยอะแล้วมันไม่ได้หนาวมากถึงว่าเราคนไทยถ้ามาที่นี่แล้วปรับตัวไม่ยากเพราะว่าใกล้เคียงเมืองไทยถ้าใครต้องการหนาวก็จะไปมีหนาวบ้างนิดนึงให้แบบว่าได้ชื่นใจนะคะแต่ว่าถ้าหนาวถ้ากลัวถ้าร้อนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยคือในบ้านเรามีฮีทแล้วก็มีแอร์อยู่แล้วตรงนี้มันไม่เป็นปัญหาอะไรเท่าไหร่ค่ะแต่หญิงชอบนะหญิงชอบโลเคชั่น
เมืองน่าอยู่มากนะคะเมืองน่าอยู่มากคืออย่างที่มิเชลแจ้งว่ามี4ฤดูนะคะ4ฤดูก็มีสปริงตอนนี้ก็เริ่มดอกไม้กำลังออกกันแล้วนะคะแล้วก็จะมาซัมเมอร์ก็จะร้อนหน่อยแล้วก็ฤดูใบไม้ผลิก็ใบไม้ก็จะเริ่มร่วงแล้วก็จะเริ่มหนาวนะคะอากาศที่นี่ดีนะคะ Yes I tell that about the weather here that the location is very nice to come and I think that is for the weather I think it's good for the people to come here they doesn't need to adjust much and not
it's very mild
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what about benefit?
Yeah,
Like
I just
pension?
want to touch a little bit more on the specific
Mhm.
franchise. So,
Uh-huh.
this franchise is, in Spartanburg. I personally know the owners and operators of this franchise,
Mhm.
and so they have a very good understanding of the EB3 program. They're very excited to be a part of this and to be sponsoring foreign workers. So, it's always good to have a company that is motivated and that is like really feeling like they're doing something good by participating in this program. The program is great for them because it is a good spot for seafood. That's true. South Carolina has good seafood.
Yeah.
Um,
I think she came here before.
okay, cool. So they're very excited about this, about sponsoring foreign workers. I think they're very excited about having diversity within their employee base.
Yes.
This franchise, the starting wage is $10.14 per hour, but they
Okay.
increase the wage by $1 for every 60 days that they work. And they do that for up to a 6-month period. So essentially by month 6, you can be making up to $13 per hour. So they do increase that wage over time. You start at that entry level, $10, but then it bumps up over time. And then there are benefits because with EB3, you have to be a full-time employee. So full-time constitutes around 35 to 40 hours per week. And then being a full-time employee in the United States, typically your company will sponsor you for health insurance, where you will get a employer-sponsored health insurance, which essentially they deduct a small amount from your salary, which will cover your health insurance expenses, which will cover you. And if you have a family, your entire family as well. That's a big benefit in the United States because health insurance here is very expensive. Now that I have my own business, I'm not on a company sponsored health plan, and it's so expensive. It's terrible. So that's a really big benefit for people when they get here to have that employer sponsored health insurance. The team member role is very general because you're not necessarily doing the same thing throughout the day. You might be rotating around and doing different things. So you could be at the cash register taking orders from people or at the drive-through taking orders. You could also be in the kitchen preparing the food or cleaning the restaurant. So people are dining in the restaurant. You have to go wipe the tables down and make sure that the dining area is clean. That includes cleaning the bathrooms as well. And so the team member role is just that basic entry level fast food worker. You're not necessarily doing the same thing every day, which is good because you get a little bit of variety in your daily tasks. So yeah, but it's very straightforward. I have a client that is currently working there, and I met him yesterday for the first time. He is he's maybe in his late 20s. And he just started working there 3 weeks ago. I talked to him yesterday for like 30 minutes, and he was very happy with the work environment, with his managers, with his coworkers. He told me that the work environment was very good. He got a very comprehensive training where they gave him all of the necessary tools and information for him to be able to do his job. And it seemed like he was enjoying himself there. So I know for a lot of people, like you don't necessarily want to go work in a entry level, unskilled job category. Maybe you have higher education or
Yes.
higher work experience, but that's okay. You can still qualify for this program and you can still work in this unskilled role, because they are willing to sponsor you for that green card.
Right.
So
Right.
a lot of people that do this program will be, highly educated. They'll have master's degrees, they'll have
Yes.
bachelor's or PhDs.
Yes.
And so, this opportunity is a way for people to obtain their permanent residence through
Yes.
employment. You have to have a true will and intention to go and work in this full-time job. And if you have that and you're willing to go and do that, the company's willing to, put you through this EB3 process and sponsor you for a green card. So I was really happy to meet him yesterday and to talk to him in more detail, and to hear such positive feedback about the company and about the way that he's been treated. It was very reassuring.
Yeah. So ก็งานของที่นี่นะคะอย่างที่มิเชลบอกคร่าวๆนะคะก็จะเป็นงานเนี่ยจะเป็นงานที่เราต้องทำเราต้องเรียนรู้ทุกตำแหน่งเนาะหญิงก็คือตั้งแต่
บาง
order
ไปแคชเชียร์แล้วก็ prepare food แล้วก็ตรง cleaning ด้วยนะคะอาจจะ rotate กันทำก็จะไม่ได้น่าเบื่อนะคะเท่าไหร่ก็คือต้องทำให้เป็นก็คือมันจะเราจะรู้ทุกตำแหน่งนะคะรู้งานทุกตำแหน่งแล้วก็อย่างที่เมื่อกี้มิเชลบอกว่าเขาก็เข้าไปเจอคนที่สมัครแล้วก็ได้ EB3 กับทางเขาด้วยนะคะแล้วก็ตัวนี้ก็เหมือนกับว่าเขารู้คือจะบอกว่าเรื่อง process ของงานเนี่ยก็คืออย่างที่บอกก็คือเราต้องเรียนเขาจะมีการเทรนการสอนทุก process ซึ่งจะบอกเล่นงานมันก็ไม่ได้แลยากเนาะเช็คออเดอร์นะคะเช็คออเดอร์แล้วก็ดูเรื่องอาหารเรื่องทอดไก่ทำสลัดแล้วก็เรื่องเกี่ยวกับการทำความสะอาดอย่างที่พี่หญิงบอกจริงๆ take order เนี่ยคนไทยหลายคนกลัวนะคะว่าจะได้ไหมจริงๆแล้วอาหารฟาสต์ฟู้ดเนี่ยมันดีอย่างหนึ่งมันมีแบบ number 1 2 3 4 5 6ฉันเอาส่วนมากลูกค้าจะสั่งแบบ number 1 number 2อะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะก็ไม่ได้แตกต่างกันมากนะคะอันนี้เขาจะสอนอยู่แล้วเขาจะสอนงานเทรนงานก่อนที่จะทำอยู่แล้วนะคะอันนี้ทุกคนแบบกลัวภาษาแต่จริงๆแล้วมันเป็นอะไรที่แบบว่าทำบ่อยๆพี่เกดมันได้จริงๆได้เองใช่ค่ะแล้วก็ที่บริษัทนี้มีเบเนฟิตที่ดีด้วยนะคะมีทางอินชูรันให้ด้วยนะคะแล้วซึ่งอินชูรันเนี่ยสำคัญมากนะคะสำคัญมากเพราะว่าถ้าสมมุติเจ็บป่วยอะไรขึ้นมาเนี่ยทางถ้าเรามีอินชูรันของทางบริษัทเนี่ยมันก็จะทำให้เราไม่ต้องไปเสียเงินก้อนใหญ่ในการรักษาตัวนะคะดังนั้นจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยอย่างที่มิเชลบอกว่าอินชูรันสำหรับคนในประเทศอเมริกาเนี่ยสำคัญมากจริงๆนะคะแล้วบริษัทเนี้ยก็มีอินชูรันให้พวกเราด้วยนะคะแล้วก็สามารถซื้อให้ครอบครัวได้หมายถึงว่าเรามาเป็นครอบครัวพ่อแม่ลูกถ้าเราไม่มีอินชูรันเนี่ยก็คือค่อนข้างที่จะแพงและลำบากแต่อันเนี้ยถ้าเรามาเป็นครอบครัวเราสามารถซื้อให้ครอบครัวเราได้ด้วยนะคะ cover ด้วยนะคะอาจจะต้องจ่ายส่วนต่างบ้างเป็นธรรมดาของเราแล้วเรายังจ่ายเลยส่วนต่างใช่ค่ะแล้วก็ในส่วนของค่าแรงนะคะเมื่อกี้ที่ทางมิเชลแจ้งว่าเราสตาร์ทที่10เหรียญนะคะแต่หลังจาก60วันนะคะเขาก็จะเพิ่มขึ้นไปอีก1เหรียญนะคะก็หลังจากนั้นแล้ว3ครั้งมันก็จะขึ้นถึงประมาณ13เหรียญนะคะก็จะอยู่ตรง13เหรียญแล้วก็รวมทิปต่างหากนะคะแต่ว่าก็สตาร์ทที่10เหรียญนะคะโอเคก็Michelle I just I just would like to back to the people that the person that come with a green card with 80 years old I just would want to know if she 80 years old but she can work.
Yes,
you
definitely.
Say, oh, okay, that's good because like I mean I heard a lot of questions too that okay how many age I mean how is the maximum that they can apply which age so
yeah so minimum is 18 and maximum is non-existent so you can be 100
okay but you can work you can work yeah so can you tell a little bit about the processing time just a little bit because actually I think we all know but just Phil yes
3-step process. The first step's the labor certification, which the employer files with the Department of Labor, which takes a pretty significant period of time now. After you get that labor certification, you move forward with the I-140 immigrant petition. At this point in the process is where a lawyer will step in and draft and file the legal filings, including the I-140 immigrant petition. Once you get that I-140 approved, whether you're inside of the United States on a student visa, for example, you would pursue the adjustment of status path, which is this number 3 here. But if you're in Thailand, for example, or in another country outside of the United States, you would do the consular processing path. And so that would involve going through the U.S. embassy in the country that you're living in. Both processes are pretty much the same, and the timing of them is also pretty much the same these days. One thing that I think is very relevant to talk about is the processing times have gotten longer over the past 2 or 3 years, pretty significantly. And there's a lot of reasons why that happened. One of the big reasons is because of COVID. COVID definitely added problems in our government with processing all of these documents. And then frankly, our government, over the past couple years has, like, the federal workers have not been working in the office. Everyone has been working remotely. And so this is a little bit speculative, but my opinion is that the government hasn't really been working like at its maximum capacity like it should be. And so this has kind of caused this slowdown in the immigration process.
Yeah.
We have a new president now, and it seems like this presidential administration is pro-legal immigration. And so again, like, I don't try to get political here with any of this stuff, but just thinking practically, I personally believe that the processing times will start to speed up again. So while the process right now is taking about 4 years total, there is possibility for this to speed up and just become more efficient. And so I think that we could see, an improvement in the processing times. We have already seen that, in fact, in the past 2 months, the processing times have moved forward significantly. And so we're finally starting to see some positive momentum. I think it's important to address that, like, and clear the air, because I think there are a lot of people who might have friends or family members that have done EB3, like within the past 5 years, that have been caught in this COVID madness that has kind of slowed the processing times down so much. But I think that it's important to look forward and know that, like, our government is going to be forced to start speeding these processing times up. U.S. companies rely on this visa category to staff their companies. And so I think that we will, see, I am optimistic about where the processing times are going. It's 4 years today, but the processing times are fluid. So they constantly change and they're updated every month from the government. And so I think that we will see, positive movement forward.
Yeah. So that is good news. Yeah.
I think
really,
so.
really
I think
good.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot of information on the internet right now, like lots of people with lots of opinions. And so it's hard to know what is true, what's not true. A lot of this is just speculation. I try to be positive as possible and try to see the optimistic side of things. And I feel confident.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So would you like to tell something about the job, about more information to us?
I would say this is a great opportunity. This is a very strong company to sponsor you for EB3. We have been doing this for a long time, helping people get EB3. We would love the opportunity to work with anyone who is interested in this program. We care very deeply about the work that we do, and we know the impact that it has on our clients' lives. And so we take our work very seriously. We are meticulous about our applications and our clients' applications, just making sure that everything is accurate, everything is filed correctly. And really that, the companies that are doing this process are strong and that can successfully get people through the process. So I think that that's about it. I would love the opportunity to work with you, work with anyone that might be interested in this, or talk to you in more detail about your specific circumstances, just to get a better feeling for this and see if it's a right fit for you. So.
Yeah, that's good. And actually, we will take care of all process since the applicant start until done, until come to here. We will go there, say hello, and make sure everything is good and smooth for their life with their family here. We'll be happy to see them here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And one more thing I would like to add is, Kate, I think I've known you for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yes.
You and Nina and Ying.
Yeah.
And so I have had a close working relationship with KPB. I love working with KPB. I love working with Thai clients. I think that the Thai people are very good people, hard workers, and just very nice people. And so I'm very happy to be here on this live video with you guys today. Thank you for inviting me for this. And Immilink and KPB are actively working together. So very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time today. I know that you been busy, but thank you a lot. We really appreciate your time, and maybe next time if you have a new job or a next step that can you join us again? Maybe sometime. Okay,
I would
that's
love
good.
to.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Michelle.
Thank you all.
ก็
Appreciate it.
ค่ะก็วันนี้นะคะขอบคุณมากนะคะสำหรับมิเชลนะคะที่เข้ามาให้ข้อมูลพวกเรานะคะยังไงก็ขอบคุณมากนะคะแล้วก็เดี๋ยวเจอกันคราวหน้านะคะโอเคค่ะขอบคุณค่ะวันนี้สวัสดีค่ะคุณน้อยนะคะสวัสดีค่ะ
บ๊ายบายขอบคุณนะคะทุกคน
Thank you.